Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Door Shutter, coming back to you with episode 62 of All the Mods 9, and I tried to make this episode once here, but the problem is I was very late at night, and I kind of made some mistakes with that recording, so we're going to go over what I did. So first things first, reactors have what is called a burn rate. Burn rates are interesting because they allow for you to burn more fissile fuel and get more nuclear waste out as product. Of course, this will output more steam as well and use more water. So currently we have this reactor and the other reactor that I built off camera placed at 40 millibuckets a tick, and this has been holding steady for a while. But of course we had to add more ports, which these are the output coolant ports, and of course that's being funneled into a trash can, and that is keeping this steadily empty. And of course we are also outputting nuclear waste out to the isotopic centrifuge, which is then being made into nuclear waste, which is then being processed into plutonium pellets, and plutonium pellets are being sent in here. One thing I forgot to mention last episode is with the plutonium pellets, outputs spent nuclear waste. Spent nuclear waste needs to be piped out into radioactive waste barrels, which is what's down here. I have a lot of spent nuclear waste stored in these barrels, but the thing is since they're all a lot of barrels, a lot of these radioactive waste barrels, they will dissipate over time pretty effectively. And you can see this has been running for about an hour or two, and we've only got like 300 per barrel. And so over time, that stuff will dissipate, and that is fantastic. So I've also went ahead and changed how these get fluorite dust. Both of these machines here, they have an ender chest under here with entangled blocks set to the proper sides to allow for input of fluorite dust. That way we're just using one ender chest, and we're not having to worry about where to put the pressurized tube to pull out that spent nuclear waste. So both of these have the pressurized tubes there and there. And I did set this up off camera, which is the solar neutron activator. It's basically the exact same thing as the isotopic centrifuge with plutonium production. It's just you need a solar neutron activator, which has to be exposed to the sun. And with that, nuclear waste becomes polonium. Polonium then goes in here and makes polonium pellets. And then, of course, is funneled in here. And I actually have both plutonium and polonium. How do I spell polonium? Right there. Polonium pellets sent into a drawer in our main system. And that is basically what I got accomplished in about 15-ish minutes. I didn't record a full episode, but we did get a lot of this figured out. So we need what is called a DT fuel. This is going to be used for the fusion reactor in Mechanism, but I want to do this a little bit differently. Because basically DT fuel, and I clicked on liquid DT fuel, I need just normal DT gas fuel here. This needs tritium and deuterium, or deuterium, whatever in the world you want to call it, and this needs lithium. Lithium can be done in a handful of different ways here on All the Mods 9, and one of those ways, if I can find it, is getting liquid lithium from the thermal evaporation chamber. I guess there's several different kinds of liquid lithium. Hold on. Yep, I clicked on Greg Tex. Give me a second. There it goes. We could get it from a thermal evaporation chamber with brine. I actually don't want to do it that way. I want to go through Alchemistry. We haven't touched Alchemistry or Chem Lab yet. And I did that in the alpha version, I believe, of All the Mods 9, and I want to go for it again. So I've got the guidebook here, and we're actually going to be looking at making a fission multi-block. So what's going to happen is we're going to need a couple of things. So first, we need to get what is called zirconium, I believe. Let's look up Chem Lab, Chem Lib, and there should be a metal in here, right here, zirconium. Zirconium is actually a material that can only be produced through getting the actual chemical compound. So I need to go and get this. Let's see. I clicked on this. There we go. So I need to dissolve down what it looks like to be stone. Is there any way to do cobblestone? There is a way to do cobblestone. And you can see the chemical makeup of each one of these. But it looks like stone might give us a better result of zirconium. So we're going to try and get some stone here. And to do that, how do I want to get stone? I don't want zinc, I want zirconium. I think we could do industrial foregoing stonework factory. I think that should work. Do I not have these auto-craftable anymore? Maybe I don't. Okay. Let me get, I think, 2 of these, and then we will be back, and we'll get started with this. Alrighty. So we've got 2 material stonework factories, and what we're going to do is we're going to also get what is called the dissolver, which is what we need for this. Is it called dissolver? I want to make sure the name. It's not compactor. It is called the dissolver. So if I just spell it right, it might help. Okay, so dissolver. We'll grab a couple of these. So what I think I want to do is just to go 1, 2, and maybe we'll add a third here. Okay. So here, lava, water, and I think I can do just straight stone. No, I can't. Okay. So what I'll have to do is I will just have to smelt and then do nothing, 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 and then on the first we'll do push, and then here we'll do, oh, nope, not the right thing. Click the wrong button. This one will do nothing. Okay, so here we'll do the same thing. So nothing, smelting, and then of course second slot we'll do push, and then we're going to grab a barrel. So there, and then we just need to grab a flux point. Flux point, perfect. So I'm going to put that actually back here because I think we need to power this machine. We do. Okay. Let's grab a couple cables. Do that here. Do that there. Do that there. And then there. All right, where's my configurator? And flux point. And then flux point. Okay. So now we should have this processing. Let's throw some upgrades in there. Perfect. Good. So, of course, these things are pretty slow, but that's okay. Next thing we're going to grab is some hopper upgrades. I have 1. I want to grab 1 more. And we're going to do clear, clear, push on the bottom, not pull. So push bottom. Same thing here, which that's already set, so we'll just take that off. And let's grab a stack upgrade. We just want to grab 4 of these. So we'll do, I guess, 1 and 1 because I thought these were diamonds. I don't know, diamond chest, whatever, but that's okay. So this is going to be a very, very slow process. Not 100% sure if there's any way to speed this up unless I went and got a warden with, what do you call it? With the Industrial Foregoing Souls mod. That might be a good option. Let me actually go capture a warden. I think I can do that pretty quickly, right? Mob capture tool. Let's get into Industrial Foregoing Souls as well. We might as well, because this stuff is not going to be fast in any capacity. We're probably going to need it. So let me grab that. And we are facing towards a chunk that is loaded, so I can do that. All right, be right back. Alrighty, so let's get this going. I've got everything we need. Soul laser base, soul pipe, soul surge. Soul laser bases, of course, are skulk shriekers in this case. Unobtainium gears. So this is not the normal recipe, of course. They've been altered to make it more balanced, but the soul surges actually are changed too. So there's all the modium blocks in here. The soul pipes aren't changed. This is the normal recipe. So let's get this going. So I think what I want to do is I want to knock a hole into this wall. And let's see. So we need to have, I think, let's just do 4 wide and then 4 this direction. Maybe 5 because then it'll be even. Let's see. Let me really quickly go do something real fast. Alrighty, quickly, just went ahead and got a Charm of Night Vision. That's what I wanted to go grab because I am kind of getting tired of being in the dark on here, so let's just move on now. Alright, so we're starting this off. We've got 5 stasis chambers. I don't actually know if I need 5. I think it's 4 or 5 last time I checked. By default, you can use 1 stasis chamber, but that means the warden will have this machine will have no upgrades, and these can have upgrades and of course all that stuff. So this should keep him healthy enough to basically be operational long enough. So let's get the flux power to the bottom here. So this, all these cables, and shuts network. We're going to just ignore power. And we are going to quickly grab the upgrades that we need, which are just the straight up add-ons. We don't need any range add-ons or anything because those don't work in these machines. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And there we go. So this should keep the warden healthy long enough, or indefinitely, until we maybe don't need him. So let's spawn him. You can see that this is immediately working. One of the things I will mention is with the warden, sometimes he will come out of the ground, and if you grab him when he's in the ground, it'll actually come out of the ground whenever the mob duplicator is dropped down again. And that is actually an issue, because if he's not standing like he is now, it's not functioning. So you can see that we are hopefully getting soul storage. Oh, I forgot. I need one more thing, which is a blue laser lens. Do I have any laser lenses available? I do not. Okay, so glass panes. It's blue, right? Soul laser base. I want to make sure that I'm right on this. Okay, it doesn't tell me. So we're just going to go for it. Blue, dye, and blue laser lens, because I think there's something else that I'm missing. Nope, that's it. Okay, let's fly up to our dissolution chamber. This plus this equals that. And then back here. That should be the right one. Let me go verify. Okay, I forgot about the laser drill portions of these two, but it is a blue laser lens, and then once we get the laser drills down, once they're fully crafted, we will be able to then not have to worry about any of this. I've got to... Can I rotate this with a crescent hammer? I can. But these are the way that this provides power. I couldn't remember. It's been a minute since I've used these, honestly. So let's get that facing the right way. And then we're just waiting on one more. Okay. And then now we just need to provide power and also upgrades. And then we should be golden with this whole thing. Okay, so let's grab a couple of flux points here. Probably just going to do independent flux points. just because then we don't have to cable this really weirdly. And of course, you could do more laser drills here as well. That's really up to you guys, whatever you want to do for your system. The more you have, the more damage it does, by the way. So keep that in mind. You may need more stasis chambers, but you can only place up to 9 in that area. So keep that in mind too. So this is now producing. Okay. So I want to actually go for more laser drills. We might as well. How many do I want to do? 8? We'll try 8 and see what happens. So let's place a cable there, cable there, cable there, cable there, cable there, cable there. I think you can place probably up to about 100 laser drills in total, but the thing is keeping this guy alive. So you can see that these 5 stasis chambers are keeping him steady. And so that's one thing you want to make sure is you're not doing too much damage to this guy. Alright, so we've added all of the laser drills. They've all got upgrades, and this guy is steady at 500 still, so that is fantastic. So we should be getting a decent chunk of the soul. And now what we're going to do is grab some soul pipes, and we're going to pipe them up into the machines that we need, if I can get through here. So we're going to do soul surge, soul surge, soul surge, soul surge. And we're going to then run this back down to the actual warden. Let's actually just grab a shrinking device here real quick so we can just do that. And then connect here. Fantastic. So that should speed this whole thing up. It's probably almost full already because we have not actually touched this in a second. So let's grab a barrel. Barrel. And that should just push, I hope. I think I set it to push, right? Okay, so the push does not seem to work that well. So let's just grab a couple hopper upgrades. Alright, hopper upgrades are in place. It's now pulling, which is fantastic. Of course, we could also grab a stack upgrade. 1 and 1. I'll probably upgrade these to diamond here in a little bit. But we are getting zirconium. I see that, which is fantastic, because that's what we really need. Most likely, we'll pipe these into a drawer system. But I feel like we probably need to get a couple more things, because one of the things we need for this as well is called reactor glass. Reactor glass from Alchemistry is silicon dioxide and lead oxide. I know we're getting silicon dioxide from this, so that's good. But we are not getting lead dioxide from anywhere because we require lead and oxygen. Are we getting lead from this by any chance? I think we're not. We're getting like iron. Okay, how do we get lead besides dissolving lead? I think that'd probably be the best option. Oh, so there's 20 dissolved recipes. So yeah, we could just do straight lead. There's lead sulfate, which I think is probably a combination. Breaking down music discs, that's a weird one. Enderium. Magma blocks, huh? Magma blocks give us a lot of different stuff. They give us some lead, they give us fluorite, potassium chloride, bromine, aluminum oxide, magnesium, sulfur. Huh. Maybe I don't want to break down just pure lead then. Magma blocks seem like a very good option. Where would I get magma blocks from, though? We could do magma creams. We could do... Let's see, any other options here? Lava inside of a mechanical drying basin. Okay. Can I get these from anywhere? I could. I could do that. I think that's what I'll do is I'll make a creative hopper botany pot with slime and blaze essence. I think I could do that. I know I don't have slime seeds or blaze seeds. So that might be something I'd have to look into a little bit further. And I know I don't have a whole lot of molten cores. Okay, let me look into this real quick and I'll be right back. Alright, so off camera here, I quickly went ahead and created magma blocks, got some mystical agriculture stuff going. I have way too many blaze essence pieces, so I sped up with the soul surge. I'm hoping this is working. This mod, of course, Botania Pots Tears was added by me, so there's no changes or anything like that made to these. Because there is a tag you can add to certain blocks to prevent speed up from soul surge, so it looks like these are going pretty quickly. I mean, even if we took this off here for a second, you can see the slowdown. So if we pop this back on, you should see that there is a significant speed up. So all of this has been just kind of creating the magma creams. Those are kept internally. Then they turn into magma blocks. And then the magma blocks get floated up here. And then they get pushed up into the dissolvers that we have here. And then pushed into the ender chest, which is then going over into a functional storage system. There is a little bit of weirdness with the text that is on these items, but overall, everything is going in. You can see we are starting to get lead. We've got some iron here, some zirconium, aluminum, I think is what this one is. So we're getting a ton of different materials, and I think I want to keep looking at getting different materials because I know we need lead. I know we need silicon dioxide, which is here. We need to combine this one with oxygen, which we actually still don't have oxygen made yet. Let's see. So this one right here, so we need lead oxide, which requires oxygen. And I don't think I'm making oxygen, because that is fluorite, or fluorine. Goodness. So we've got fluorine. We do not have any kind of oxygen creation yet. So we'll need to create oxygen, which oxygen is oxygen gas. We don't have that. Triglyceride. Sulfate. There's got to be an easier way. Oxygen gas. Okay, so you just create that using oxygen. Okay. So it looks like our dissolver is going to be the best option. Is there anything that would just give us oxygen? Hydrogen, hydroxide. There's got to be like a base material that could give us this. Let's try this. Let's go H2O. Water. I think water's got to give us something, right? Gives us H2O water. This should then break down into oxygen and hydrogen. So we need to do something along those lines. Okay, so we need water, which can be obtained using the atomizer. The atomizer then will just take in normal water, give us water H2O as an item, and then that will be then put into a dissolver to break down into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so that would require the atomizer. 1, 2. The atomizer then becomes that. So how does this work? So we just pipe in a fluid, and then we pipe in power. Okay. So let's set this over here. Let's grab a sink. I don't think this thing can pull properly. Let's see. We could try pull. Okay, so nothing. Let's grab a pipe. Fluid pipe. Okay, so that should give us water. Let me put these tools away there real quick. And then let's grab a flux point. Okay. Put this back here. Provide power. And that should start atomizing this into water, which is fantastic. We're not going to be using this anywhere else, I don't think, unless we need it later down the line, but it doesn't really look like I see anything. We can make sponges. Wet sponges, too. It's kind of a weird one to make. So this would go into a dissolver. So functional. Let's grab a functional storage drawer. Puller upgrade and a pusher upgrade. So we could do puller in the east direction. Okay, and then pusher in the west direction. And then that means we should then be able to grab one more pusher. Or no, we already put the pusher in, right? So all we need now is a dissolver. That dissolver just needs power. Okay. And that is going to start dissolving this down into oxygen and hydrogen. And is that a 100% chance? It should be. It is, okay. And then we just grab an ender chest. We grab a piece of orange dye. And I'm going to just pipe this from underneath it. Because, of course, I don't think the push thing is going to work. Make sure we set that to orange in the center. I'm going to set that down for a second there. And then we're going to grab pipes. Perfect. And so that's giving us hydrogen and oxygen, which then we're going to take a functional storage drawer to plop these down. Boom. Boom. And then we're just going to grab our storage links, tools, functional storage tools, whatever these things are called. Configuration tool and linking tool. Okay, so that should be golden. We're now getting hydrogen and oxygen. Of course, this is going to be slow. I probably could run some soul surge pipes over here. It's probably not a bad idea. I could just run them down across, or I could just run them under. I think that's what I'll do. I'll run that stuff here off camera real quick, and I'll be right back in a second. All right, that's been ran, so this should speed this up pretty quickly. And I want to quickly check on how much we're pushing out. We're still at 100%, so I think we're good. But that is hydrogen, oxygen, and that is fantastic. Of course, this pusher and puller on this is very slow. I wish there was like an upgraded tier, but there is not. So we are still cruising, still going, and we are getting quite a bit of both. All right, so I quickly went ahead and set up the combiner and the compactor here for reactor glass and also lead oxide. Of course, lead oxide is needed for reactor glass, so I'll have to go through that process before making reactor glass. And then, of course, the zirconium dust is made by 16 zirconium elements, I guess is what you'd call these. And so then that is then sent over to a smelter after like needing the ingot. So this stuff wasn't complicated, just set it up like so. 2 item pipes, pattern providers, piping into the pattern providers works. So that is fantastic, that is done, and we do have everything to make a fission reactor next episode. But for now, we're actually going to wrap this one up here, and we are going to keep messing with alchemistry just a little bit more, get the fission reactor, maybe look at the fusion reactor. I don't know if I need it 100%, but we will look at it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.